Hey folks, good to see you. Happy Sunday. It's me, Christiana Gaudet. I am coming to you live from what I'm now calling the Hunker Bunker until such time as I can welcome people into my office again. I decided to come on and offer to answer your questions. We do throughout the week some different things each day where we do readings, but the readings are specific to a topic. Today, on Sunday, I'm going to be here in service to you, answering your questions. If you happen to be watching this in replay, obviously, I will not be able to answer your questions if I'm not live, and I will post this on Facebook and also on YouTube. You may find, though, that by listening to it, if you hear something that resonates for you, that may work to support you or answer a question as well. So I see people already coming into the room. These are strange days indeed, aren't they? And I think that what will get us through all of this is to recognize that there's nothing going on here that's permanent. That it will change things. You know, our lives will be changed. Yet, in this, for each person, there is a gift. There is something we can learn. There is some way we can grow. What we have to do is work to stay healthy and keep those around us healthy. That's what we have to focus on right now. So I really appreciate everyone coming into the room. So unlike what I usually do throughout the week, I am looking for specific questions. One question per person, please. But just go ahead. Let me say hi to a few people while you get your question together. What do you need to know today? Go ahead and ask a question. I will get to as many people as I can. And I thank you all for being here. And you know, as much as these are difficult times, we are so grateful to have the tool of the internet to bring us together. You know, it's an interesting thing. We are all in this together across the world. This is, you know, never have I felt so united with the globe because we are all suffering the same things. And yet we can't really hang out with each other, but we can here online. And so I'm really trying to create a lot of opportunities online for us to hang out. I am teaching a premium tarot class on Zoom on Thursday, Finding Meaning in the Minor Arcana. If you are a tarotist, please do sign up. We'd love to see you there. We also have on April 1st, Global Tarot Circle. That's a free class. We also have free classes on YouTube. So I see the questions rolling in. Let me say hi to a few people, and then I'll get to the questions. VJ, Teresa, Suzanne, glad you're here. VJ, yours is the first question. Alice, glad to see you. Betty, Karen, Marion, Melissa, glad to see all of you. Linda, glad you're here. Cheryl, I think yours is the second question. Okay, so let's go. Let's see. VJ's been looking for a reunion with his wife. What can we see about that today? Hey, good morning, Irene. Nice to see you here. Okay, for you, VJ and his wife have been separated for 2 years. Okay, I feel like, VJ, there are people trying to help you get back together. When we look at your wife, I think she would also like to be reunited with you, but there are specific things that are keeping you apart. I do feel that a reunion will be possible. I feel like it's not that far in the future. You know, your time waiting is longer than the time you have to wait. But I feel like there are people who can help you with this, and you should look toward those people, people who can help make this happen. Okay, very good. Okay, so again, I am looking for specific questions. If I see a question, I will answer it for as long as I have to spend with you. Okay, so that was VJ. And now we're rolling down to Cheryl. Hey, Cheryl, nice to see you. Glad you're here. Should you buy the house? Let's take a look. Should Cheryl Yosh buy a house? I'm kind of liking it. I think if everything is working out for you and it feels good for you, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't. So go for it. Congratulations. Okay, Betty, what does the universe want me to know? I got a song in my head. It's a song that's been covered a lot. I'm not gonna curse you with my singing. I'm only good if I'm singing with other people or with an instrument to keep on pitch. I don't keep pitch well on my own. That's a fact. But the lyrics are from that song, Heard It from the Grapevine. Betty. Now I've lost the lyrics. It's believe half of what you hear and not all of what you see from Heard It on the Grapevine. Be careful, Betty, about what you believe. I don't know if this is in your personal life or things people are saying or things people are saying about the pandemic, but be clear to research truth. When we talk about your intuition, you know, it's hard to separate intuition from anxiety. A good thing to think about is that intuition whispers and anxiety screams. So, Betty, your message is be careful about what you believe. Okay. Alice, good idea to keep posting yoga stories. Oh, heck yes, 100%. It is a service to others, and it will keep your practice going. You know, my best friend owns 2 yoga studios. These are tough times for people who make their living having yoga studios or teaching yoga classes. It is a great service to keep the energy going by posting classes and stories. So yes, by all means, please do keep your practice going. There will be an end to this time when we will be able to practice again together. Okay. Melissa, what does the universe want me to focus on over these next few weeks? Good to see you, Melissa. Glad that you're here. Healing your inner child, acting in love, and spreading love to others in whatever ways you can, and knowing that all will be okay. Deirdre, saying hi. Good to see you. Alice says, I love being home. Good for you. Susanna, with all this going, will this change my career? Okay, so what changes might we see to Susanna's career? Yeah, it will absolutely create change, but that's not to say better or worse. You have to be flexible. You have to think on your feet. You have to be prepared for some immediate economic constriction, but in the long run, you will be fine. It will change, but not necessarily for the worst. Linda, should I create that website? As you have time, yes, you should. Yes, you should. You need to be, Linda, very clear about what your goals are with this. Be specific about what you want in this. And then, yes, you should go ahead and do it. Hey, good morning, Carol. Nice to see you. For Marion, it's Mother's Day in the UK. I can't see my mom. Would you be able to see what my mom, Marcella, needs to know today on UK Mother's Day? Happy Mother's Day to all mothers, but especially those in the UK. I hope you can video with her or something. And what does she need to know? Perhaps you will pass on this message. All your mother needs to know is that she is loved and that all will be well. She is a strong person. She has withstood much. She shoulders a lot. She needs to know that there is a bright future that comes out of a dark past. Okay, Teresa, how does the dream I had apply to my life? So I love to do dream interpretation, and that's something I will do in a private session, but just to look at it very generally, because the interesting thing about dreams is sometimes dreams can be very meaningful, sometimes they can be prophetic, sometimes they can give us solutions. But sometimes it just means you shouldn't have eaten that pizza before you went to bed. So, Teresa, when we look at your dream, what can we get from this? Do not take anything you saw in that dream as literal truth. If anything, this dream invites you to do some personal healing and does suggest that there is some spiritual guardianship around you that is helping you and protecting you. Okay. TK, am I going to Canada directly from the US by August? Yes, I believe that you will be able to do that, and yes, you will. Hey, Sonia, nice to see you. Jinky, nice to see you. Kay, hi, Kay. Hope things are well in my old beloved home where you still are. What does the universe want you to know? Okay, Kay, what the universe wants you to know is that you have a great deal of guardianship from spirit. Those who have passed on, those, your angels, your guides, your guardians, those who are watching over you. You also have some human angels and guardians as well, and you are taken care of and will be fine. That's what the universe wants you to know. Shannon, please ask about the coronavirus. Okay, can you phrase that as a more specific question? That's a huge question. What do you want to know? Do you want to know where it came from? Do you want to know spiritually why it's here? Do you want to know what the ultimate effects of it will be? Do you want to know how long this is going to last? There are lots of different questions about all of this, and it's going to be different for different countries, different cities, different states, different counties. Even if the coronavirus just killed one person, and of course it's killed more than that, if that one person is your beloved, it's going to be devastating, right? So we're all going to have a different experience with this. For some people, it will be financially devastating. Other people will be able to work right through it. Other people will actually make money because of it. It's going to be different for different people. So what is the question you actually want to know here? Okay. Hey, Joanne, nice to see you. What the universe has to say about the pandemic situation. Okay, so that was a better phrased question regarding this from Joanne. What does the universe want us all to know about this situation? And Shannon says the U.S., still not a question. What are you asking? You're asking about death? Are you asking about how we survive economically? Are you asking about how long this is going to go on? I want a specific question. Will it last more than 4 weeks? Okay, there's a question. Will we be, and are you asking, and again, does the illness last more than 4 weeks? Well, for some people, yes. Some people, no. Some people, it will kill in 4 weeks. Some people will get over it in 2 weeks, no problem. I think you're asking, are we going to be in this sort of lockdown situation for more than 4 weeks? And the answer is very likely yes. Very likely yes. Okay. We hope not, but very likely yes. Okay. What does the universe have to say about the pandemic situation? Shannon, will nurses run out of masks? They already have in many places. They already have. That's already a reality in many places in the United States. That's why companies are stepping up to make masks. That's why the president is suggesting that we sanitize and recycle masks. Not sure if that's a great idea, but that is already a reality. Okay. Okay, Joanne, what does the universe have to say about all of this? That this is an exercise. From a universal perspective, this is an exercise. We need to start recognizing how interconnected we are and everything else is. We need to look at how we interact with each other and how we interact with the planet. This is a pause to help us learn to do things differently. It is not the end of the world. It is the end of life as we know it in some ways, but not in others. And we do not need to be anxious. We simply need to respond accordingly. That's what the universe has to say. Okay, Sonia. How Sonia's business will go during the pandemic. Okay, there's a solid question we can look at. Jennifer says, I'm going to need wine after this. Yeah, no, I got a whole afternoon of clients. They do not want me to have wine. You guys, I am definitely still working, not in person, but phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger. I've got Zoom now. Duo, WhatsApp, whatever platform you like. Okay. How your business will do during this pandemic? You'll be okay. You'll be okay, Sonia. You will take a hit. You may need to change the way you do things, but as long as you kind of stay on your feet, you'll be okay. Deirdre would love to know what the universe has in store for me. Deirdre, it's all about healing for you, really. Healing physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. That's what this is all about. Okay. Jinky, do I get married again with the right one? So that's an interesting question because that leaves us to wonder, do you know who the right one is? Are you asking if you're going to marry this particular person that you think is the right one? Are you asking in general, will you one day meet the person who you marry and it turns out to be right? I'm guessing that that's what you mean by that question. So that's how I'm going to address it. So, do we think that you will eventually meet someone, marry them, and have it work out? Have it be correct and right? Yes, 100% I do. The thing is, Jinky, you got to be careful about avoiding the wrong ones in the meantime. You have some history of choosing the wrong one and then staying too long. So be careful about that. Okay, Miguelina. Big artistic projects. How does it look? Any advice? It looks great. You should be open to it. You should make it happen. It's going to take time. You have to give it time. These are long-term projects. Do not get discouraged. Do not get distracted. Those are two things that happen to you from time to time, Lena. Be careful about those things, but definitely go for it. Okay, Cheryl, back to talking about her house, says the timing is scary. Heck yeah. But you know what? There's no time like the present. You might as well. Okay, Anna Lima, what should I give up? What a great question. Anna, you should give up trying to patiently and calmly explain things and work things out with people who will not hear you, will not listen. It's a waste of your time. I don't know if that's personal, if that's political, if that's business, if that's one particular person or a few particular people, but I think you do know who I'm talking about. What's the old expression? Do not throw pearls before swine. Okay. Cindy Majeering wants to know, would I get financing for the house? It might be tough. You might need to look at some non-traditional situations. I think it is possible, but you may have to finagle it. It may not be easy. Carol, what does the universe have to say for my future? Okay. Anna, did that make sense to you? I know that was pretty specific. I hope that made sense. Okay. Carol, What does the universe have to say for my future? Rest now because you'll be busy later. Jeannie, I started a Zoom virtual write-in for my local writing groups. Very good. My question is on how many levels will this help my little tribe? Good question. I think it's going to be frustrating getting it going, Jeannie. It really will. You have to persevere and step up to leadership. You be the leader here. Don't wait for other people to lead. You got to do this. Over time, it really will help those who are dedicated and focused. So do it. Don't give up. Make it happen. Hey, Barbara, nice to see you here. Karen Reinhardt, what financial awareness outcome do I need to be aware of from this? Okay. Karen, you'll be okay here. It is time to be conservative financially. There will be a time of uncertainty and difficulty financially for you, but it's going to be fine. It's not going to be terrible. You'll be all right. Barbara wants to know, will my sister ever get married? That's an interesting question. There are some changes she would need to make in order to make that happen. I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility, but it doesn't show up as something that is likely to happen unless she makes some changes. Okay. Ashley, nice to see you here. Am I going to switch jobs as planned or is it otherwise delayed, derailed? Oh, very interesting. Now I'm all curious. Okay, will it go as planned? I am guessing from what I can see here, Ashley, that it is likely to go as planned. The timing may change, but overall it is likely to go as planned. Rogerio, what should be my focus now? Let's take a look. Creativity. Whatever you do that is creative, whatever you do that is spiritual, whatever you do that nurtures your soul, that should be your focus now. Karen Hendershot. We always have a lot of Karens. Do you know that? I like Karens. Karen Hendershot, my good friend. I just had a job interview within my company. Would this be a good move or should I stay where I am? You know, I do. With all of this craziness going on, you would think that everything is at a standstill, but it's not. I've had a couple of good clients get great promotions, great new jobs in the midst of all of this craziness. So there, things are slower now for some people more than others, but there is motion. Okay, so Karen. Is this a good move for you? Okay, I think that if you are offered the job, and that is an if you are offered the job, I think that you should take it. If you're not, see, this is funny because there's pluses and minuses on both sides, Karen, really. If you're not offered the job, you should say, I dodged a bullet, because that's true too. But if you are offered it, you should take it because there are advantages to it. Okay, Jennifer Wiefenbach, nice to see you. Best career direction for you in the future. You've done so many different things. Stagehand, stage management kind of stuff, animal rehab. You've done an amazing number of things in your life, and you're good at everything you do, Jennifer. What should you do next? And it's funny because the cards are talking about your move. I know you've been talking about a move. The card suggests your move will be clear and fine. And I think the next job should have something to do with should have something to do with providing educational materials for young people in some way. You know, you've done such a good job with your kid and with your friends' kids, something of that nature. Neil, what does the universe want me to focus on? And should I come to Florida? That sounds like two questions. Let's look at the Florida question. Of course, we want you here in Florida. Florida's good. Does the universe think you should come to Florida? So, you know, your question is interesting here, because what comes up is the universe wants you to do what is best for your family, to figure out what is best for your family and do that. So that doesn't say specifically that that is Florida or not Florida, and right now it might not be Florida. But focus on doing what is best for your family, which you always do anyway. Hey, Dama, so nice to see you here. I've been thinking about you so much recently. Becky Butler, Marianne, so nice to see you all. Shannon wants to know who bought all the toilet paper. That's so funny. Janet, I'm obsessed with owning my own home. Is this a time for me to buy a house? And I know we've talked about this, and having nothing to do with the current pandemic. You know, what the cards say, and this is similar to what we've talked about, is it's not the best time for you. It's really not, in that there are so many other questions in your life. And it would be better to solve those other questions first. However, you are very much obsessed with this for whatever reason. I don't know why. And so if you really want to, you could probably find a way to do it. But truly, is it the best time? Probably not. Okay, very good. Very good. Oh, Sonia says, I'd love to be able to interpret dreams through tarot. Find it so tricky. I think I should do a class on that. That'd be a good class, right? Hey, Shannon, nice to see you. Okay. Hey, Tammy, nice to see you. Okay, Maria. My daughter is with her father since I just arrived a week ago from Madrid. Would I be able to pick her up after April 1st? Yes, and she's fine. She's fine. And the question is, how long after April 1st? It may take a minute, but she's fine. D. Will I find any financial opportunities this year that I can do despite my somewhat restrictive circumstances and limited tech abilities and equipment? So, you know, it's hard because you are so talented, specifically as an astrologer. And that would require more technology, as we see with the Knight of Swords. It sort of feels like the best thing you could do is find a way to open up, as far as technology is concerned, to learn things, to acquire equipment, in order to put yourself forward that way. That would probably be your quickest way to new financial opportunities. I know I'm biased in that way, but I think that's true. Okay. Let's see what we got. I'm just doing one question per person. Robin Seaborn. Marianne Yurt. I'm having trouble with my pump from my well. Will I be able to get someone to fix it this week? You know, I'm in like almost total isolation. On the scale of isolation, I'm pretty much a 5. I see one human face to face. That's my husband. And he's a 4. He only goes out when absolutely necessary. And then before he sees me, he like changes his clothes, takes a shower, the whole 9. So we are pretty damn isolated. And my fear is like things breaking down where you actually have to see people to have them fixed and then finding someone to fix them. I totally get where you're coming from. Will you be able to get someone to fix you? Well, absolutely yes, and that person will be very glad for the business. So yes. Don Phillips, nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Will I be successful in my own business? Yes, but you have to be smart about it. You have to believe in it, and you have to know it will take time, and you have to get the word out. That's the most important thing, is going to be marketing. Okay, Anna says yes, her question was answered. Okay, Tammy, what does the universe have in store for my family? I think there's going to be a lot of learning and growth for everyone to everyone's benefit. The problem is certain members of your family are resistant to change and resistant to learning and growth. But it'll be okay. Okay, Naomi, so I'm doing something different today than I usually do. I am asking for specific questions. So go ahead and ask a question. I'll get to it. Hey, Chrisanne, nice to see you. Jeannie, regarding her writing group, I'm comfortable leading others, just haven't done it in a while. I've already had good feedback during our test run Friday night. I'll continue to persevere. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, Chrisanne needs a reading for her son. My son has been feeling kind of lost, can't find his direction in life. Are things going to look up for him soon? Let's see what we got here. Your son, Chrisanne, in order to make changes, has to stop doing things the way he's been doing them. He's very creative. He's got a good sense of humor. He's an awesome dude in so many ways. And yet, he is so freaking stuck, and he's stuck either in his thinking the same thing over and over, or in his doing the same thing over and over. Until he breaks those patterns, he's going to be stuck. He needs to unstick himself, and he needs to do that by doing things differently, using his creativity. That's what he needs to do. Betty says, I asked my cards about all of the virus stuff. Final card was judgment. Well, that's funny because, of course, literally judgment was the judgment day, the end of the world. I don't think that's really how we want to interpret it, although Betty says, I'm not going to ask anymore. But, it is about creating change. We need change on this planet. Judgment can very much be about putting closure to the past and opening to something new. It's about transformation and transition. Okay. Shannon says, my final card was the devil. I think the government is hiding information. Do you think? In fact, we got proof of that where we had that Senator Burr, in January, when President Trump is saying everything's going to be fine, Burr is telling a select group of people how bad it's going to be. So we know this for a fact. Okay. Hey, Dama, it's so nice to see you. I've been thinking about you and Beppe so much. When this is all over, I really want to have a visit with you guys. How do I overcome my personal fear I have throughout this crisis? By being strong, by being spiritual, by acknowledging that these are damn scary times, but, acknowledging fear and acting appropriately. Like there's a difference between fear and anxiety. And we have to acknowledge that these things are scary. So often we have fears that are unfounded. And I'm saying this to all of you, not just Dama. What we have to do here is look at what is a legitimate fear versus an unfounded fear. Unfounded fears we need to let go of. Just let go of. Legitimate fears we need to look at and use creative solutions to handle those fears and recognize that we are strong enough. Dama, you are strong enough. You need to use your creativity, your leadership. You will be fine. However, we can't just write off the fears and say, well, gee, there's nothing to be afraid of. There's a lot to be afraid of here. But we also have to know that we have the ability to ride through it, to withstand it, to grow through it, and to be okay. Hey, Martha Vink, good to see you. Sandy Stokey, good to see you. Should I sally forth with reasonable caution or stay in place until the storm has passed? Very good question, Sandy. I actually like stay in place until the storm has passed. As much as possible. As much as possible. Everything that you're trying to do, Sandy, will be there for you when the time is right. Shannon Billings Bass. So sorry. Shannon. We have a couple of Shannons here today. What is the best place to focus my energy now? Honestly, your own personal development, your own happiness, helping others and cheering up others, your own creativity, allowing yourself to shine, doing the things that matter to you. So a lot of people want that dream and tarot class, so I will put that together. And Betty wants a class on past lives. We can do that too. In fact, that could be one class. Tarot for dream interpretation and past life revelation. That could be one class. Okay, Martha, should my significant other and I figure out a way to get together this week? And if so, when? It's so hard, man, when your significant other lives a little distance away. And, you know, the more we travel, the less safe we are. Sheltering in place really is the right thing. And Janet says, I feel like a lot of these questions, answers apply to all of us. Yeah, that's one of the reasons we do this. If you hear something that resonates for you, it's helpful. Even if it wasn't directed at you, it's helpful for you. So, should you guys get together? Martha? Honestly, maybe not this week. I'm so sorry. You know how much I want you guys to spend time together. I've been predicting this person in your life for the longest freaking time. Of course I want you guys to be together. So my girl, you know, Martha and I have been friends since we were teenagers, by the way. And we're not teenagers now, if you haven't noticed. The girlfriend part of me that wants to go have a drink with you says, get thee to your partner's side. But the cards suggest it would be best just to video chat and shelter in place. I'm sorry. Evgenia, and I hope I am pronouncing your name correctly. If I'm not, please correct me. Will your business be successful? Oh, Beverly, no question, comment only. Class sounds great and you look great. Oh, thank you so much, Beverly Frabel. So good to see you here. Okay. Will your business be successful, Evgenia? Yes, you have to be patient. It will take time. It will take hard work. In the short term, it may look like it's not going to be, but ultimately it will be. Ramona, should I go back to work at Home Depot in 1 week? If you have to, and it's okay, but if you can avoid it, you should avoid it. Okay, hey, Betsy, nice to see you. Okay. Okay, so, bummer though it is, yeah, seriously. So we have come to the end of our time. I want to thank you guys all for being here. I will be back tomorrow with your 3-card weekly reading, and I'm now also doing individual readings for the week for people, so I'll look for you there. Here comes my shameless self-promotion. I want to remind you that I am available for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom, WhatsApp, Duo, whatever works for you. Do not hesitate to reach out. I do a weekly newsletter. You can sign up for it. ChristianaGaudet.com is my website. That's where you sign up. I also have a lot of blog posts there you can read. If you have not hit like here on my Facebook page, please do. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and hit like. I do have a premium tarot class, Finding Meaning in the Minor Arcana, coming up this Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can sign up for it. You can sign up for it under events on my website. You can also find it here on my Facebook page. Or if you have questions, just reach out and message me. I'll be happy to hook you up. Thank you guys so much. It was so good to spend this time with you. Stay safe, stay well. Hope to see you again soon. Remember, we are all in this together. And now is the time for us to really practice sharing our energy one with another. We can't give each other a hug, but we are all in this together and we are all together. So stay in touch, folks. Be good, take care, stay safe, wash your hands, stay inside if you can. Be good.